Shalawam Israel, Shalawam, Shalawam. Alright, Shalawam to the 12 tribes out there. Alright, Shalawam to the elect. Giving honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua. Alright, Barakatah. Alright, Shalawam to Yasha Allah. Alright, Shalawam to all the Akim and Akwathium. Alright, out there pushing His word in truth and in sincerity, and are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, which He requires us to do in these last days. Right? Shalom to the watchmen. Alright, Shalom to the prophets. Alright, and the elders. Alright, and the priests. Shalom. Alright. So, as you can see from the title of the video, right, we're going to be answering a question, right? And that question is, can we judge according to the Bible? So before I start, let me just go ahead and answer it, right? No, Slock. Yes, we can judge according to the Bible. All right, we can judge according to the Bible, right? And we're going to prove that. And we're also going to go through we're going to go through the verses, the books, all right, the chapters, and just to prove in the Bible, right? Because in 1 Thessalonians 5:21, it says to prove all things and hold fast to that which is good. So we got to prove it in the Bible, all right? And that's what we Hebrew Israelites do. We go into the Bible. We show you in the word of the Most High, all right? We show you in the word of the Most High. And it's not out of our own vain thoughts and heart. All right. So first, let me just go to Isaiah, right, 28:10, because Christians, they like to go to Matthew the 7th chapter to prove that we can't judge, right? But they don't really understand. All right, they don't understand what Yahushua was talking about, and Yahushua being the name of Mahashak, of Jesus Christ, right? Who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Real name is Yahushua in the Hebrew. All right, so let's go to Isaiah 28:10. Right? So it says, for precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. So this is how we prove, all right, our doctrine. All right, this is how we defend the truth in the Bible. We go precept upon precept, verse upon verse, right? Line upon line. So we keep reading. We don't take things out of context, as the so-called Christians so falsely accuse us of, all right? When they actually take things out of context, all right? Here a little and there a little, right? So this Bible is like a puzzle. So let's go to Matthew chapter 7, right? Matthew chapter 7 and verse 1, right? So Christians, they'll pull this. They'll say, as it reads, Matthew 7:1, judge not that ye be not judged, right? So they'll say that, and then they'll just close the book, right? So you're not supposed to judge, boom, right? Now let's keep reading what Yahushua said, because remember in Isaiah 28:10, it says line upon line, right? Meaning that what we got to keep reading. We got to read a little bit before, we got to read a little bit ahead, you know? And this is the context. This is the start of the context, because this is the first verse in the chapter, all right, indicating a new chapter, new basically subject, all right? So Matthew 7:1, judge not that ye be not judged. So let's see what the Lord is saying. Verse 2, He's going to explain Himself. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. So if we go and condemn our brothers, this is what Yahushua is saying. If we go and judge our brothers, right? Or let's keep reading actually. For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again. Right? So basically, whatever judgment we put out, we also got to receive that same thing. Right? If we're condemning brothers, if we're judging brothers, saying that they're wicked and they're going to go off, or we're saying that, look, brother, you got to put down that cigarette, right? And that's a sin, right, according to the Bible. But I'm still smoking, right? I got a cigarette in my hand. That's and I say that to the brother that the Lord is going to kill him. You know, if I say to that brother, the Lord is going to kill him, all right, for not putting down the cigarette, but I haven't put down the cigarette, or I'm still continuing to smoke, then the Lord, that judgment is going to be upon me too, right? Because I just judged the brother for doing something that I still do, right? That's what Yahushua's saying. That, hey, whatever judgment you put out, you got to receive that judgment too, all right? If you are doing the same thing, because he's going to explain himself even further. Verse 3, and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye, right? So you're judging your brother, right? And we should judge, we should rebuke, but you're judging your brother on things that you haven't moved on from, that you yourself still do, right? I can't judge a brother for eating pork if I still eat pork, that'll be a hypocrite, right? I can't, because the mote is the sin, right? But considers not the beam that is in thine own eye. I'm not even considering the sin that's in mine own eye, and I'm still judging my brother, right? I got to get right first, and then I have the authority to judge, right? Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote that is out of thine eye, and behold, or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thine own eye, right? Right, so how am I supposed to pull out the mote, meaning how am I supposed to, correct my brother, rebuke my brother, right, judge my brother, and build him up if I still have that sin in me? You know what I'm saying? And this is what, if brothers do that, this is what the Lord is calling you. Verse 5, thou hypocrite. A hypocrite is someone that says to do something but doesn't do it, right? That teaches something that's contrary to him, right? Contrary to his or her works, right? First cast out the beam out of thine own eye, meaning first get right yourself, right? Do that same thing, Check yourself first. Examine thyself, right? 2 Corinthians 13:5. Sirach 18:20, right? Examine yourself first, right? Get right with yourself first. Cast away those sins first, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote out of thy brother's eye. Meaning then you have the authority to judge and rebuke, right? If you yourself have been corrected, and not even corrected, but have been changed and renewed, as the scriptures say, right? You have put away that old man, right? Or at least, trying your best to, right? Go on, so let's go to, all right, now let's go to, John 7:24, just to prove, right, that we can judge. John 7:24, out of the mouth of the same man that says to judge not, lest ye be judged, right? John 7:24, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So the Lord said, don't judge according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Basically, he's quoting the law, because let's get that, right? Leviticus, right? 19 and I believe 15, right? Leviticus 19:15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. That's called being respected persons, right? So let's keep reading. But in righteousness, it says what? But in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor, right? So in righteousness, we're able to judge our neighbor, all right? So basically, that's what the Lord said, right? Judge righteous judgment, right? Judge righteously. We're able to do that, right? And we're not supposed to judge according to our own morals and beliefs. We judge according to the laws and commandments of the Most High, okay? Don't you have a whole book, right? You have a whole book in the Bible called Judges, right here, right after Joshua. Judges, right? So what makes you think that we can't judge according to the Bible, And judge in the like judges in the Hebrew is just Elohim, powers, judges. Because when you're a judge, you're essentially a god. You have power to first of all judge. You have the power to judge, right? You have the power to condemn. Well, not condemn, but you have the power to rebuke, right? And that is a big status, a high status, a higher status than most. To rebuke, to correct. You have to know, so you have to go through trials and tribulations to do that. You got to be well versed in this word. You have to have those acts of righteousness, right? A history of acts of righteousness, right? Like being an elder, right? He's in the right to correct and rebuke because he has that experience, right? An elder in the truth, right? A righteous elder, of course, So let's go to I got some precepts written down, right? Let's go to 1 Corinthians 6:2. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 6:2, right? Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? So the Lord said that the saints, and who are the saints? The saints are the Israelites. Psalms 15:5, right? So the saints are the Israelites, right? And it says that, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? So we're going to be judging the world, right? Lord willing, we're part of that number, right? Israel that's watching this video, right? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters, right? All right, so, hey, proving that we can judge, all right? Just getting the precepts. We're going through the precepts, right? But so now that we've proven that we can judge, right? We're going to be judging. We can judge right now, right? But there's certain things that we can judge brothers and sisters on, right? And we're going to get that, right? Colossians 2:16. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holy day, right? Or of the new moon or the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Mahashiach, right? So we're not supposed to judge our brethren in the truth in the respect of a high holy day, right? Like we can't judge our brethren, and we can't condemn our brethren, say that they're going to get destroyed if they don't observe the Friday, Saturday Sabbath, right? Or the brothers that observe the lunar Sabbath, right? They can't judge the other brothers for keeping another Sabbath day, right? They can't condemn them, right? Saying that the Most High is going to kill them because they don't keep the Sabbath days that they keep, right? That'll be off, because these are just a shadow of things to come. We're in captivity, We're in captivity, right? It's hard for us, right? And it's just a shadow of things to come. The Most High and Yahweh shall come down in those days and teach us the right way. You know what I'm saying? In the kingdom we will know, right? But these are the shadows of things to come. We don't know everything, right? We don't have 100% truth, right? And the Lord said we're not going to see eye to eye, right, until the kingdom comes, So, and we can't, as long as brothers are sincere, right, and are trying to keep the high holy days, hey, we can't judge them on the dates. We can't judge them on, basically, essentially, all that, right, because it's just a shadow of things to come, right? And we essentially have the same ideal, right? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to get in the kingdom, right? So we can't judge them on that, right? Can't, right? But on the sins, on the on the other sins that we know, like eating pork, right? Abstaining from, what's the word, right? Profaning the Sabbath, right? So let's go to Yeah, let's go to Proverbs. All right. All right, let's go to Proverbs. All right, let's go to Proverbs 27:5. Salakia. All right, let's go to Proverbs 27:5. Right, it says, "Open rebuke is better than secret love." So open rebuke is better than secret love, right? So meaning that what? We can rebuke, we can correct, right? We can judge, right? Because that's basically what judging is in this truth, in his scriptures. We can't condemn, but we can judge, we can correct, right? We can tell a brother that he's going off, a sister that she's going off, right? As long as we're not doing those same things, right? Or else we'll be called a hypocrite, you know? Let's go to Proverbs 29:1, right? It says Proverbs 29:1, "He that being often reproved," so we can be reproved. We can give out reproof, right? And it says, "Hardeneth his neck, shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy." Meaning what? Someone that is often reproved, meaning often rebuked, often corrected, right? Often judged, right? Hardeneth his neck, meaning that he is not listening, he's bucking up against it, shall suddenly be destroyed, right? By who? By the Lord, right? This also goes into humility, right? Now let's go to 2 Timothy 3:16, right? It says 2 Timothy 3:16, "All scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness." So the point I want to touch on is that the scriptures is given by inspiration of the Most High. We know that. And is profitable for doctrine, right? For reproof, for correction, right? So we can correct and reprove each other and judge each other, because that's basically what reproof is. Reproof and correction is judging, right? Not giving out condemnation, though, right? That's different. We can't do that. Only the Most High does that, right? But we give out correction, and we can use the scriptures for that, all right? So with that, that's just a short video, right? Proving that we can judge according to the Bible, all right? And, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalawam, all right? Shalawam, Salakia for the distractions, all right? But Shalawam, Israel, all right? Hopefully this was edifying through the spirit power of Mahashak Yahushua, all right? Aman, the water, Shalawam.